Welcome to another Chef Knives to Go quick look product review. I'm Steve Gamache, and what we have this time is the Tojiro Shirogami, or white number 2, what's known as a Kamagata Usuba, 180mm knife. So you can see the style of this blade is a little different from a traditional Usuba, and it's got a kind of a sheep's foot curve to the point that comes down, and this is a traditional single bevel knife, so it's a little different style. The Japanese have their many different styles of knives for different styles, different types of tasks, and this is oriented around its scope of use. It's got a little longer handle, thinner handle than the traditional Tojiro Usuba. But anyway, let's take a look at the specs on it. This is a Shirogami, or white paper number 2, reactive high carbon steel core from Hitachi. Heat treat is right around probably 61, 62. It's not specified exactly, but that should be about where it's at. The construction is a 2-layer, I'm not going to say sandwich because that needs 3 layers, but anyway, it's a 2-layer construction with a soft iron cladding on the right side over the top of that core steel, the Shirogami number 2, and this is a traditional single bevel, like chisel type grind. So on the left side of the blade, you've got a wrapping, the cladding wraps over the top, and then you've got the core steel exposed on this side of the blade. So this is a right-hand oriented knife. The weight on it, it's fairly substantial. These are thick at the spine to get the geometry that they need. So it's about 214 grams or 7.5 ounces. Edge length on this one's about 184 or 7.25 inches on the edge, and the overall length about 13.6. The spine thickness on this one, about 3.6 millimeters, and it pretty much just holds that all the way through. And you can see the chisel grind at the front of the blade, and you can see the chisel grind at the back of the blade. So again, this is a right-hand oriented knife. The blade height is about 46.6, and the handle, again, for this particular style, they do a thinner handle. It's about 68 millimeters, right here where the wood meets the ferrule, and it's a little bit longer style. The handle is just no frills. I mistakenly put octagonal, but it's a D-shaped, right-hand oriented hoe wood with a resin or plastic ferrule. The plastic's a little on the more rubbery side instead of a hard plastic. And then this is known as the Machi or Machi. This is basically part of the tang showing, and it's a traditional style. It's meant to be done that way so that you can whack the handle on a little bit tighter if it comes loose a little bit for you. So over time, so that's not a mistake. It's a traditional style handle install. It's actually pretty cool looking. The fit and finish is nice on the blade itself. The spine could be a little bit rounded at the corners, and so could the choil into the neck. You could do a little work there to clean it up. Sometimes with the lower cost single bevel knives, you've got to kind of really watch if you've got one with decent grinds and it's straight and so on. I like to kind of sight down the blade against something detailed like print or window or something with some stuff I can kind of see the reflections in, and you can kind of see if it's pretty close with minor undulations there or any major dips or anything. You kind of have to keep an eye out for that. Same with the other side of the blade. You can do the same thing, sighting down the blade road and seeing how decent it is. This one's pretty straight. It's ground pretty straight. The blade's pretty straight. But again, you should want to kind of inspect those when you get them. The back side of the blade is slightly concave, but basically flat, and that's for food release. It's known as an uda. And when you sharpen these, you basically lay the left side of the blade straight down on the stone, and you're grinding off the perimeter steel. So this one does have a small micro bevel on the right side of the blade, and then a sandblasted kind of blade road for a Kasumi type look. On the cutting board, it's just going to be dead flat, but a lot of the stuff you can work with that on the board. You can do some in-hand work for some styles, Japanese styles of preparations. But if you're looking to get into a lower cost traditional style like this is a good option for you. So this is the Tojiro Shirogami, or white number 2 Kamagata Usuba 180mm knife.